Will Trump say a slur during the debate? That's the question that we're all wondering. No, I'm kidding. Apparently,
it's a question that I'm wondering.
People are. What's up, guys? I'm Eddie, aka Dancing Eddie, and this is Lex. And we're gonna go through some of the questions or points that are gonna be said tonight, and try and see like what do we bet on them. The first one is whether or not Trump's gonna say a slur. I gotta check what the rules are. Hold on.
Yes, because I was gonna say I wouldn't be my namesake if I didn't have a vocabulary-based question here. What is a slur, really?
Well, I mean, it says yes if Donald Trump uses a slur targeting race, ethnicity, religion, gender, sexuality, or disabilities at least once. But otherwise, okay, for this market to resolve to yes, Trump must clearly be using the term in reference to the derogatory meaning of a word in question. If Trump says, "I ate too many crackers," this would not qualify.
Now, what if he called a Puerto Rican a Puerto Rican?
You know what, man? I'm not addressing any of these allegations. I just think that this is hilarious.
Just find the rules, the specifics on the rules around these things are very interesting.
I understand. Will Trump say a slur? I would say like basically 0%. I think the fact that it's at 13% though is hilarious. So
1 in 8.
God dang. Anyway, we'll move on from there.
Has he ever said a slur in a debate before?
No, I don't believe he has. Let's start at the top. Abortion. I say they have 82% chance, right? So the most recent talk that abortion was not brought up. Now I
have this one marked on my bingo card for Trump to say.
So this was Trump speaks at Fraternal Order of Police meeting. Now that would make sense for him to not say. Trump rally in Wisconsin. He said abortion twice, 2 times. I would say that there's like a fair possibility that abortion doesn't get mentioned. Now at 80%, that's pretty crazy. I would be hard pressed to bet against abortion being mentioned by Trump, especially because they're probably going to ask, like ABC, left-leaning media publication, probably is going to ask some question about abortion to Trump because they're hoping, for an answer there. So they're probably going to bring it up. So I would probably bet yes on this, but given the 82% chance and given the likelihood, I think I probably wouldn't bet too hard. There's not enough juice to be squeezed for the risk that it's not mentioned or the risk that he finds some other way of talking about it. Like, I don't think birth control or let's say like reproductive rights are going to be words that Trump says. If he's talking about it, he's probably saying abortion. I just don't know how much he'll talk about it. Whereas with Kamala, I'd be more likely to think that she wouldn't say the word abortion, especially because abortion might have some like negative connotation, whereas reproductive rights is a lot more, like mellow. So I as I'm talking myself through this, I might bet yes.
You're really going on a marathon there. You had quite a bit to say. You talked yourself all the way through.
Yeah, I might bet yes. I might bet yes. Would you?
I think I would bet yes. I mean, to me, it seems at least like 90% likely that he has to say that word at some point.
But, okay.
Like I said, it's on my bingo card.
Let's do a sprint. Border czar. Was border czar said in this rally as well? Czar.
I have no idea on this one. No idea.
No. Well, border, yes. I think that he's more likely to call her Comrade Kamala. Like if he's gonna go down the nicknaming, which he probably will, I would say it's more likely that it goes Comrade Kamala rather than border czar. Fake news. What do we think? 59% chance. You'd think this would be higher. It's not.
It does seem a little higher, but I haven't been listening to him speak lately. Maybe that's a term that he's been trying to pull back on a little bit. I don't know.
He said it 7 times in the most recent Wisconsin speech. That seems like pretty. They've taken away your free speech, and the fake news threat is a threat to this country. It's possible. I would say 59% is low. I would actually be more likely to bet on fake news.
I would agree with that. That seems low.
What did he say at the police meeting? Did he say fake news here? And he said it 3 times. He said it 3 times at this one. Trump speaks at an event in Michigan. Here, fake news. He said it 7 times. I think that this is, he like hammers this word. 60% for fake news? I would probably put that as like a best bet. Like there's a lot of money to be made on this. I think that this one's...
Have you considered searching the transcripts of previous debates? Is this a term he doesn't use in debates? Because I wonder, this might be the kind of term that is vague and difficult to define and might not play as well at a debate for those reasons.
News. Now, that's valid. He didn't say fake news
That's
at the
why
last
it's only
debate.
at 60% or whatever. Because yes, he says it whenever he speaks, but fake news is one of those kind of terms that is built to
Hmm.
really nail down what it is. And if you were gonna try to adhere to the rules of intellectual honesty in a true debate, fake news is the type of term you would want to avoid because you don't want the moderator asking
Yeah.
you to define fake news. And then what do you say? Well, if it's liberal, it's fake news. I mean, how do
Right.
you?
So I'd say, you know what? I might downgrade that from best bet. I would say, like, keep an eye on this because he likes to hammer on certain words. Like, when he finds a word he likes, he goes in and he says it over and over. And obviously, like, he's found that with fake news. And the last few weeks, he's been saying it a lot. But whether or not he's going to say it tonight, I don't know. Drill, baby, drill. I would say probably not. Like, probably not going to say drill, baby, drill.
That's a Palin thing, right?
Well, he said it recently, I believe, but I don't think I don't think that it's like that strong.
It's
I
not
think
coming back.
it's gonna be like we have to make oil and gas great, you know. We have to strengthen our economy. But I don't know if he's gonna be like drill baby drill. Like drill, let's see,
In the
drill.
comments, tell Eddie to do more of his Trump impression. It's not bad.
It's it's actually not bad. He
It
did
really isn't
say it.
bad. It's definitely better than I could do.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very great. We're gonna drill. That's called drill, baby, drill, right? Drill, baby, drill.
Platform shoes for everyone.
That's funny. I would say I would probably lean no, but I wouldn't be shocked. Are we gonna go
I
with
think you
natural
only
gas,
say this
etc.?
phrase if you're campaigning somewhere that's
Yeah,
friendly to more drilling.
yeah, I'd agree. So I'd lean no. I'd lean no on this. This one's the most interesting one. Comrade Kamala. That is the most interesting bet of the night. Yes versus no. That's did he say he said it last he's been like harping on this. He really likes it. He literally spoke about how much he likes to say it. He said it 8 times. 8 times. And he's been harping on the fact that her father is a Marxist, which is actually true, I believe. Which is like this is his tagline. This is his thing. I would be kind of shocked if in the first time that he gets to speak to her one-on-one in public, he refrains from calling her Comrade Kamala. Because if I think if you bet yes on this and he says Comrade Kamala, you are doubling your money and it's just hilarious. I would bet yes on this. I would not bet no on this. He says it so much, he hammers it. You have an opinion on that, or should I move on?
No, I'm a coin flip there. I think you can move on.
Elon Musk, I would hammer the no. Like, I don't know why he would say Elon Musk. The only reason he's talking about Elon Musk is because Elon Musk is a massive supporter and is putting a lot of money into him. But otherwise, like, I don't know.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I would probably hammer this no. I don't know if I would like a lot of the thing about this is also sizing your bets, right? Like if you're going to be betting on a single what they're saying, sizing it properly is important. I would probably size this. I wouldn't size this, but I would definitely lean no. Epstein, I mean, there's no reason for Epstein to be brought up. MAGA 3 times. Does he even say it once?
That seems like, again, more of a term you would use to pander to a non-hostile crowd or at least a non-neutral crowd.
Can he say make America great again? Yes. Yeah, he did. He says it. He says a lot of like make America, but just not necessarily make America great again. This is a risk. I would say this is no for 3+ times. He only said it twice at a rally. Twice because he says a lot of make America X. I think it's 70% no. I think this is good. I think I would take this 70% no. I might even put a bet on this to no.
All I can say is pondering whether or not Donald Trump is going to say make America great again after 10 years of this.
That
My
tagline.
eyes are glazing over a little bit on that one, my friend.
Alien 5+ times.
Okay, so does it count if he is commenting on the recent, fairly well-received Alien Romulus franchise reboot?
Border
so what if it's
15
4
plus
comments about like resident aliens, and then 1 comment about how one way we should make
would
America
count.
great again
It would
is
count. It
like
would count.
supporting Ridley Scott?
Yeah, that would count. He just needs to say
Okay.
the word alien. Yeah, it would count.
Then I think yes, I am for Alien.
I would say I'm not. I would say no. I think you'd more likely say immigrants or like illegal something, whatever. Border 15+ times. I would hammer. This is a yes to me. How many times did he say it here? Border. 22 times he said border at the last one.
Oh,
21
I know. I
times.
don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. It's just a matter of 15 times. I would argue that he's going to say border almost twice as often to a non-hostile like campaign crowd that fully supports him as he will to a neutral crowd like a debate. So if he said it 30 times to that crowd, we might see 15 times at the debate.
So this is hard to track. It was said 37 times at the last debate, but how many of those were Biden saying it? Like these three right here at the bottom of the screen are Biden saying it. It was asked by questions like on the, by the stage, whatever. But definitely, like, I think if this was a 10 plus times, it's a hammer yes. At 15, it's definitely a bit of a push. Like I think that this is a lean to yes. I might put money on this. Tampon, everyone's favorite. He's not talking to walls. He might bring up walls. That's the only time he talks about it. No matter what, avoid this bet. Like this is not your friend.
I like it. I'm in agreement. Either way, you're going to feel dumb. Next.
Even though it's one of the most bet on it's one of the most bet on bets. Fraud. $25,000 bet. That's a tough one. I don't know what the context he says this in. The Democrats did a fraud, basically. Like that was a fraud. So what
happens to the best of us.
Right. What he's talking about is there was a fraud where the Democrats basically effectively fudged the numbers and said that there were more jobs than there were. 50-50 for me seems right. I wouldn't feel comfortable betting on this though. If I was going to bet on this, I would bet smaller. Crypto Bitcoin, 0% chance that this is mentioned. 0.
I think it's very low too. That seems like a pretty easy no.
Dude, this is at 17% in my opinion because the people that bet on Polymarket are generally crypto native. I think that that's what that number is. My opinion is this 17% is completely unfounded. Like I wouldn't be shocked if this number was closer to 2%. Like
so
the
this
real
is
number.
Sounding like it might be your best pick of the night actually.
At 84%, it's hard to say that. Like I feel very convicted that this is basically near 0, but at the same time, you have to size so heavily on this that it feels a little tough. Israel at 93%. This is too much to bet on. Like it's way too long odds.
There's not enough juice.
Marxist is an interesting one. I mean, he likes talking about her dad, who is a Marxist. And also it is funny. So he likes to hammer it, especially on like big nights. 64%. That feels like a fun one to go small on, just to like have exposure to it. So that when you hear the word Marxist, if you hear it, you're like, oh, nice.
These aren't investments now. You don't get exposure to bets.
No,
but I hear you.
No. Well, you say that, but you can trade these. Like you trade these very much like
okay, sir, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. We are already past 20 minutes. If the people demand a tutorial on trading their betting shares, then we can do one.
China 3+ times, I would say no. McDonald's.
I've got the hat for that.
Mickey D's. There she blows. McDonald's. He might bring it up because it. You know what? This is actually
an inflation reference. A lot of people have been complaining about it recently.
No. I'm going to show you what it's in reference to. He said this on a podcast, the Lex Friedman podcast. Apparently, Kamala said that she worked at McDonald's, and that was not true, or at least like it wasn't explicitly true. Like I don't know exactly what the situation is. Well, he doesn't say it, so he doesn't say it a lot.
Okay, I've heard enough that I'm betting no.
Right. I would probably bet no, but this one is a fun one to bet long on. I actually think that there's a possibility he'd be like, "Did you work at McDonald's, Kamala?" Like I could see that.
But remember, we read the rules and they stated that they're not going to be able to address each other or interrupt each other.
But they do have back and forths, and this happened at the last debate. There was some back and forth, and they are having some not explicit fighting banter, but sometimes they may address and speak to each other. And if they do speak to each other and they're both like consensually speaking respectfully to each other, which actually did happen with Biden, you can remember the golf club moment. That did happen. That is valid at 17. Like I'd say that should be at 10 to 20%, but I think that that's not a bad take. Like I don't think I don't think that's mispriced, but I think you could actually make some solid money on this one. So if you're going to take a long bet, that's the long bet to take, in my opinion. Springfield, that's a good one at 20%, because that's so recent. He might bring it up, especially talking about the border, because they're going to talk about the border a lot. I don't know if you know what happened. Springfield's in question because apparently Springfield, I believe it's Illinois. Springfield, Illinois is considered right now one of the hot spots of the border crisis. And
I
that
believe I
has
heard that on The Simpsons.
Bart is the problem. He's been a real menace.
Well, it was always unclear what their ethnicity was, right? Because obviously the skin was
true.
yellow, leaving some interpretation to be open.
Is this Ohio? Oh, I think it's Ohio.
That's the thing. There's a bunch of different Springfields. I mean, everybody knows the one in Illinois, but
not the one in New Jersey. No, not that one. Immigrant.
By the way, let me just point out, these are unusual places for the immigration debate to be cropping up, because these are not states that are usually near these issues.
Here's what, because a story went viral that there is a claim that Haitian immigrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. This is a real story. This is a real rumor that's been passing around. JD
now
Vance
it actually feels like we're in a Halloween episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, I could see that. So this is concerning, right? Like, it's a little weird. Whether or not it's going to get brought up, I don't know. Like, that is tough. He might bring it up because there is actually like questions as to, because Springfield is a point of concern generally, and apparently there's been like reports that it's one of the hot spots in a sense. Whether or not he's going to bring it up today, I think that there's some concern from the Trump campaign that the claims are baseless and they don't really want to look as bring up whatever. So I think he might avoid Springfield. We'll see. And I think that this is one of the weird bets, like Springfield Haitian. If he says Springfield, he's saying Haitian. Like, this is a parlay. If you're gonna bet yes on one or the other, you would bet like this side parlay. If you're gonna do this, bet yes on both or bet no on both. But I would like this one's. It's a weird one, and I'd rather take better odds. For example, that he's gonna say no here than no at 80 cents. Like, if I'm gonna say no, I think these are kind of paired, and I would say no at 72, and I would just put more money here than I would put there personally.
If it is indeed a linked pair, you could bet the yes at 23 cents and the no at 72 cents, giving you a total 95 cents exposure. And theoretically, if they were, linked events, that would be a 5 cent EV right there. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think I know roughly what you're saying, and you might be right. And there's a lot of arbitrage to be made on these markets, especially if you know what you're doing. I can't comment on that though, because I can't do the mental math. I'm in law school, not business school.
We'll pretend that's an excuse.
It is the excuse. Anyway, that's it. So that's what Trump's gonna say.
Okay, well, I got one for you then to close us out. So if I were to ask you, okay, I've got a friend and I'm playing a drinking game with him, and we each have to pick a word or a phrase, right, for Trump or for Kamala, for either both. The goal is to pick the thing that will be said the absolute most. So if I pick MAGA and he says it 20 times and he picks something else that said 10 times, right, I win. So what is your one drinking game term that you would pick?
So other than, like or the or America, and then other than border, which has already been mentioned, which I think border would probably be the go-to, I would probably say immigrant or immigration or some variant of that. As the most said. Like, it is the single most hot button topic in America right now, bar none, because it's basically a race thing. Like, it is a race clash. It is a global clash because you're talking about immigrants from Mexico, from Haiti, from internationally. You're talking about a religion clash. It hits every hot button issue in American politics today. It talks about economics, like how are we going to, pay for this? And how are we going to, because they're passing laws in California, like how are they going to, finance homes in California for immigrants? Like, this hits every single issue in the book. I think anything that has to do with immigrants, immigration, that is the most said word tonight. The most said hot button word.
All right. Cool.
And I think we can wrap with that.
It's my bingo card right here.
That's funny.
So red X's is that I think what Trump might say, and blue is for Kamala. Those are my guesses.
Grab your
not too
vodkas.
educated.
Grab your shots. Like, say yes, no.
Whenever you're ready.